Hit record. Okay, so it's been a minute since I've recorded a podcast at all. And I'm super excited about this because today I am here with Javi Vason, and we are going to be talking about demisexuality, which I've never really gone in depth on before. But before we get into that, Javi, I want you to introduce yourself to my audience. Tell them a little bit about you. You are a content creator, you are a yogi, you are a fellow polyamorous person. But yeah, take it away. Tell us about you.
Awesome. Well, I am Javi Vason. I use they, she, he pronouns. I am a polyamorous queer yoga therapist. And that's like kind of my thing, you know? I'm obsessed with yoga, neurodivergent, and I've never really had places where I feel like I felt fit in. So I am like dead set on creating spaces where I can fit in. So that's kind of just like where I hang out in the world. I get to meet new people each day and coach them through how to navigate nervous system care and like work through the ebbs and flows that are polyamory. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. The audience knows we're gonna collab on a workshop in 2026. And when we were kind of like talking about like what some of our similarities were, we are both non-binary babes who are demisexual. And we were like, we should talk about this.
Yeah, I think like you said, I don't think that that's anything I've ever like actually like talked about as like a topic in and of itself. I think I made like one post and I was like, "Oh, I didn't expect that to resonate with so many people." Like,
Yeah,
yeah, this
I
is a
make
thing.
I make posts about it like not frequently, like
Yeah.
more less frequently than I would like, but every time I make them, people are like, "Oh my gosh, yes, that's me," or "I didn't know that
Yeah.
was a thing." So, at the top of this, let's just define what is demisexuality. I'll let you go first.
Yeah, so like the definition of demisexuality is basically like you don't experience like sexual attraction until there's like an emotional attraction, like that emotional safety comes up. At least that's the definition that I have come to know and embody
That is
personally.
exactly what I also would have said.
Yeah, yeah, like it's such a weird thing. But yeah, that's that feeling of not having that sexual attraction until you have the emotional attraction.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that it's part of the asexual spectrum. I feel like people don't realize that demisexuality falls on the asexual spectrum, but I will also say that as a demisexual person, I didn't realize that I was experiencing sexual attraction differently than anybody else. I just thought I was high maintenance.
I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'm just a little challenging, a little different. But yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't realize that for a very long time. And then even in realizing that and like coming to terms with like, oh, I am demisexual, I still didn't know that it was like under the ace spectrum and like learning all of that. It was just like, oh, so much makes sense now, right? Like much like
right?
our awakening to learning that we're polyamorous or
Or
learning that we're
queer.
queer, right?
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
So that was like my first thing I wanted to talk about. Like, how did you realize that you were demisexual? Like, what was your demi dawning?
This is such a good question. My demi dawning, I love how you say that. It happened in yoga teacher training, like my first round of yoga teacher training, which was like 5 years ago. I had been practicing yoga for years and I was teaching before I got like my certification, but when I did yoga teacher training, I was like, okay, you know, I'm here to like learn about yoga, learn the poses, like whatever. No, it was more of a journey of like learning myself. And there was a particular week during the training, it was like a week where we were kind of called to like try to talk as little as we possibly could and kind of like draw within, listen, kind of talk to ourselves. And like in my journaling, I noticed that these things were coming up and I'm just like, I'm noticing like this trend here and as I'm like going through past relationships I'm like this is really interesting that this continues to happen. So it kind of like opened up a door of like research of like what is this? I didn't even really like think about what it was at first. And I was
Yeah,
like,
like
"Oh,
when you say this
yeah, I'm
keeps
like
happening. What was
this
that? What was
feeling
that?
of I noticed that like I had it was as if my attraction to people would kind of go on and off like a light switch. And
Mm,
I would like, I'd have moments where I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I can't get enough of you. But then there were moments where like, I don't even think I ever want to like be touched sexually ever again in life. What is this?
mm,
And it seemed like I would kind of ebb and flow in between there. And even when I start to unpack things, I'm like, in the past, I felt like I had said yes in certain situations where I kind of probably should have said no, like my body was saying no. And so this connection of like what I was feeling in my body versus like what I thought I was supposed to do didn't
hmm.
really line up. So when
Yes.
I started to like look into researching like what could that be,
Hmm.
demisexuality came to the surface. I'm like, oh, okay. And I tell everybody it's like the same, like that same awakening, the queer awakening, the polyamory awakening, this idea of, oh my gosh, is this me? No, it can't be me. Maybe it is me. I don't know. This part applies to me, but maybe this part doesn't. And I think like we all kind of go through that moment where we're checking all of the boxes, like even in neurodivergence, like, oh, I'm
Yes.
like this, but not like this. And you're like questioning what it is. But it's that moment where you're taking down the walls and what it should be and uncovering what you are and realizing, huh, this is me too. It's okay.
Yeah,
But it
and
definitely happened that way.
I think too, like, asexuality is sexuality is a spectrum,
Yeah.
and so is demisexuality, right? There's people who that emotional connection may mean X for them, and that may be something that happens really quickly, or it's just a light switch on and off, or somebody who has to really build and develop a full ass relationship before they feel comfortable sharing their sexuality or even feel turned on by it. Like there's no like hard and fast rules around that. So I think that's important to point out
Yeah.
too.
Absolutely. Like, and I think sometimes we try to find like those dead set rules and like
Hmm.
guidelines to fit into and if we check all of the boxes. And I'm one of those that's like always like I'll forever, you can never make me choose anything. Like I'm demisexual, polyamorous, pansexual, like you could never make me choose anything. And I
Yes.
think it's beautiful because we do get to like see where we fall on that spectrum instead of just, oh, this is me and I'm going to put myself on this corner, or this
Yes.
is me, I'm going to put myself on this corner. Like no, this is me, but in my way of looking at it, mine looks like this. Like just like polyamory, like polyamory
Yeah.
is me, but in mine it looks like this and it can change based on this. And it's a beautiful kind of just chapter of self-discovery, right? Just that's
Yes.
all.
I think it's so interesting to hear that yours was like your demi dawning was like so almost like introverted, introspective, right? Like very, and mine was not.
How was yours?
And so I actually learned that I was demisexual by swinging.
Nice.
And I was basically having all of these swinging experiences. And I would be like, arguably, like these people are good looking. Arguably, the sex is fine. I don't like this. Like, I was like, why do I feel so bad after this? Like, we're doing hot shit, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're doing sexy stuff. Like, I
Mhm.
had an orgasm, and yet there is like zero feelings here for me, and it's just not that good. And I was dating somebody at the time who was ace, gray ace.
Nice.
And this this other person in the polycule, Sasha, was Demi, and she said, Annie, I think you might be Demi. It'd be easy to skip over because you're so slutty. She was
Mhm.
like, but have you ever thought about this? And then I started thinking, oh shit, maybe this is why I don't have a type. Like, this was like the
You
big,
can't nail it down.
yeah, like I was like, I will literally be attracted to a paper bag if I think it has a good personality, right? Like, and that was when I started to go back and say to myself, like, yeah, this actually makes so much sense in hindsight. And that was when I said to my ex, I don't want to swing anymore because I love some of these facets of this, but I don't like these people. I don't know these people, basically. Not that I didn't like them. I mean, it's okay, so I didn't like them, but like, I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to do this anymore,
Yeah.
right? And this actually became a huge schism in our
Mm.
practice because he was just so mega sexual, right? Like, so like he could, he wasn't going to develop feelings, basically. He's like the opposite of me.
Yeah.
And
It's
he
like, this
wanted
is
to,
easy. Why can't you
yeah.
do it?
And he was like, I don't understand why you want to develop feelings for people in order to have sex. I want to have sex without having feelings for people. And I was like, I actually, now that I know this about myself, I am so turned off by casual sex now, which I was like so bummed out about.
The worst part. Yeah.
Yeah, like so what is your biggest struggle as a demisexual person?
I think I'm just like you. Like I feel like I didn't when I didn't know it, it was there was kind of this like push to like be normal, like you should be okay with this, like just do the thing, right? I feel like that's like our kind of masking, like
Yeah.
sexual masking, right? Like we're supposed to be okay with it, especially like we're polyamorous, like we're freaky people, we're slutty people, we're supposed to be
We're
okay with this.
queer.
But
Like, I
uh
literally want to have sex
yeah,
with all of you
but I'm
if
just like,
maybe we know each other.
yeah. And then the minute you know it, it's like you can't
Ki-
unknow it anymore.
Yeah.
And for me, I think it sucks because I am in a space now where I'm like I'm single, like I don't have any partners, like I could totally like have fun and go do all of the things, but I cannot do it. Like
Yeah.
there is just this block about it. Like I was seeing someone for a while and I'm like, "Oh yeah, maybe my friends just like their friends are like, "Hey, how are things going? Are you guys going to?" I'm like, y'all know I can't do that. Like,
Yeah. Like,
I would love to. There's a part of me that just be like, yeah, love to do it. But my body does not align with that. Like, I can't just like tell my body, like, yeah, we're going to do this and we're
yeah.
going to be okay with it. No, I'll probably be like completely tense the entire time. And I feel like, especially like now, with that point of my yoga teacher journey, like I'm very aware of like my body's just not comfortable. I'm
The,
not enjoying this.
yeah, the
So
somatics of
I
it.
can't even put myself in that position. And like it sucks. Like
Hmm.
I think some people think that there's like this kind of self-righteous choice to it. Like, oh yeah, no, I'm like, I can't do those things. No, I wish I fucking could. Like, I
Yeah.
wish I could. I just
Same.
not it just doesn't click. And I think the second like I knew it and labeled it and understood it, I was just like, huh, okay. Like this is where we are. Like I tell my friends all the time, like I think my pussy's broken because it just doesn't seem like it works anymore because there's just no connection there. And if there's not a connection, like I will see people as just like connections. Like I just know you. And
Yeah.
then maybe one day if I'm like emotionally safe and then I'm like, oh shit, I am kind of attracted to you. Well, when did that happen?
And it's
Okay.
so much more work. That's what people don't understand. Like, yes, I want to do super slutty things, but I have to feel connected and safe to do that. And if I'm not feeling that way, I don't want to do that, which means I have to put in work to do, and you have to put in work. So we both have to put in work
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
order to make that happen. And
Yeah.
like, I think this was also why polyamory was the premier choice, right? Or actually,
Mm-hmm.
I should clarify and say lap sitting polyamory was the choice that I wanted to engage with when I was deep in the polyamory because, and for those of you who don't know what lap sitting polyamory is when you and your partners are dating and or having sex with the same people. Now, again, everything's a spectrum. So sometimes when I bring up lap sitting polyamory, people like to challenge me on it and say dating means different things than whatever. But
Yeah.
in my practice, in my
Yeah.
lap sitting practice, we were all in the group sex, we were all in relationships with each other, and that has a lot of complexity and bullshit to it.
Mhm.
Also, it's not something I necessarily recommend now. um but yeah, like I think the biggest struggle as a demisexual is like when you if you want to have room in your life, for anything other than romantic relationships, then
Mhm.
you're kind of at this like juncture where you're like, well, where does my energy flow? If I
Yeah,
want to pursue a degree or a project or I want to be deep in my work, do I have capacity to,
absolutely.
because like I can't just be like, I want to have casual sex with someone, right?
Yeah.
And I could trick myself. I've tricked myself to be like,
Yeah.
oh, they're a friend and like I can keep it there.
To do
No.
it.
Mm-mm. Like I'm gonna be so emotional about it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like I would love to pretend that I could fuck my friends. And some demisexual people
Mhm.
probably could. I'm just not
Yeah.
one of them. I think
Yeah.
some people, some demi people will be like, friendship is enough connection for me.
I am a friend fucker, so you know.
You friend
For
fucker.
me, like I feel closer to like my friends than I do like just random people that I've just met. And depending
Mm.
on the level of the friendship, I think like there are friends that I know I could totally do that with and be like, no problem. But then I do have friends that I'm like, yeah, no, it would never go that way.
So this was my biggest problem in demisexuality was that the friend crush would turn into the let's sleep together, would turn into the epic love story, would turn into the wow, now I have no friend group because that all went bananas. So I had to put like a
Yeah.
little like, I talked about messy lists like last week and like people were like, well, it's okay to do the messy list. Like it's just for me. I'm the messy bitch, okay? Like that's
Yes.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I feel like sometimes like even having the messy list like just for yourself like helps you just create better boundaries. Like you
Yeah.
just know, like for me it's a no, you know. I'm not saying these are like rules, but
They're
you
not
know,
rules
for
for
me it's
anyone.
just a no.
Yeah,
And
just for me.
knowing that and having that self-awareness just helps you better navigate connections in
Yeah.
general, right?
And because I'm not a person who like grew up with great boundaries, right? Like I wasn't particularly good with with any name a type, it wasn't there.
Yeah, that
Right?
was horrible.
So for me, like blurring those lines, whereas some people like they grow up really boundaried or really
Yeah.
confined or
Yeah.
really so blurring those lines for them is subversive, is the
Yeah.
outside of their binary. For
Yeah.
me, putting up those fences is is my version of that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. It's so weird because I was telling someone the other day, I think like that's part of like my polyamory journey.
Mm.
My first like connection, like when I realized I was queer, it was like 7, maybe 8, and it was with a friend that I made that discovery with. Like it never went any further than just friends, but there was like, more than friendship there. And I think like that discovery happening there for me put friends, like people that I actually call friends, like not acquaintances, not just people that like I know, but like
Yes.
people that I am friends with, I have a certain level of safety with them that there's like, if any friend that I have had that, crossing the line with, there's like a discussion, there's like,
Yes.
all of these things that happen. But yeah, like I was not really one that was good with boundaries, but I think like and that's what I love about it being that spectrum that we do get to kind of like tiptoe and explore out of that. Because I know other people who are not even demisexual and they're like, yeah, I would never with a friend.
Yeah. Yeah,
Never, ever. And I'm just
that's
like,
not
really?
well, it's not a demi feature to
Yeah.
date or not date your friends, but
No.
I will put it out there that I think that demisexual people might be more likely to date their friends just
I
based
think
on the
so.
way that our emotions are tied to our attractions, right?
Exactly.
Which
Yeah.
is something I want to talk about in the second part of this podcast,
Mhm.
which we're going to do on the paid side of this, is friend crushes and demisexuality. So yeah, we're gonna pause here, and I'm gonna encourage anyone who wants to go a little deeper, nay, I say a little spicier,
Mhm.
on the paid side, to join us there for part two.